What's up, everybody? This is Around the Boards, episode 35. About to come your way. We are talking, what, Rob? We're talking VGK.
The Vegas Golden Knights are in the Stanley Cup Finals.
What?
That's right.
What'd you say?
That's right. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. You're going to hear a lot about it. And
What'd you say?
we'll do a quick recap. Let's talk a little bit about the IIHF World Championships.
IIHF.
IIHF.
Aye, Captain.
IIHF World Championships that just ended, and give you a little Eastern Conference update and how wrong we were about the Washington Capitals so far.
Yeah, a little IIHF. Who cares about the World Championships? Because there's too many of them going on, right?
A little bit of Monica in my life. What?
Anyways, let's talk about this right now because we got
Around the Boards.
Because we got a lot to talk about. So here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Around the board.
Woo! Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
But before we talk about
damn.
that, we just want to say hi. And that we're back for another weekly episode of Around the Boards.
Just want to say hi.
Rob, say hello. Hi. Dunk, say hello.
Good one.
Okay,
Right
here we go. So let's just start with this.
We'll talk about the Knights in a minute.
Yes.
But first,
We'll talk about the NHL in a minute and the NHL
mainly the Knights
playoffs.
But first,
we're going to talk about what's going on with the IIHF World Championships. And
international.
That just ended. The bronze medal winners was the game that happened between the United States and Canada. And the United States ended up winning. My boy Chris Kreider ended up having 2 goals in that final game to help defeat Canada. And
That's more than he had all year with Rangers, isn't it?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
But it's good to see him, contributing to the country, if you will.
Contributing to the country.
Yeah, but anyways.
Thanks for your hard work, Chris Kreider. Where are you in the Olympics?
But anyways, the United States. The United States beat Canada 4-1.
You know what? Can I just bring this up real quick?
You can bring up anything you want. That's why we're here.
Do you think there's too many international tournaments for hockey?
There is quite a bunch, isn't there?
Because
there's like
every 4 years you have the Olympics, and that's always like the biggest.
Sure,
obviously.
Yeah.
But then they just brought back the World Cup of hockey
in the beginning,
which is pretty big,
which happens before the start of the regular NHL season.
Yeah, and the Olympics would take part in the middle of it, which is why there's no NHL players last Olympics. But I mean, still was not as high profile as it was in the past because Sidney Crosby and all those other guys and all the NHL players weren't in it. But Olympics is still the main international tournament, I would say. But then you have all these other tournaments like the IIHF World Championships. You got the World Juniors, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
There is a lot.
Really, if you look at the rosters right now, there's a lot of NHL players that play in this tournament.
Oh yeah. And
it should be a good tournament, but you don't hear anything about it. You don't hear it mentioned on TV. Nothing.
Right.
Like, there's no broadcast of it. Like,
right.
They're just too much international play.
Right, and there's still bronze, silver, and gold medals being awarded to these players.
You think it should just be like gold and that's it?
I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of international tournaments.
Like, what's your feeling on it? Are there too many? Because like kind of hard to keep up with. Oh yeah, wait, there's international games going on.
Yeah, it's and they I don't think they really ever aired it unless it was on the NHL Network, maybe. But
or something, yeah. But I mean, you read about it and stuff. You hear about the results and stuff. But it's like, oh yeah, that game was on. Oh yeah, this player's playing here. This player's playing there. Like after all their teams get eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs, players started gradually going back and playing in this tournament. And then, like, it's good for the players because they're staying in shape. They're playing more hockey. They're obviously playing against good talent all the time. And but like as fans, is it too much? Like, is it diluting the product when you just seeing all these international that's taken away from the Olympics, in your opinion?
Well, I guess it depends on the year that it is too. Obviously, we just had, the Winter Olympics going on, but none of the NHL players were allowed to participate in it. So maybe, to give fans more of an exciting type of
But they still have
tournament.
the World Cup of Hockey next year.
Well, yeah, you still have that too. So yeah, there is a bunch.
So I don't know. Like, even if the NHL players never played in the Olympics again, like let's just say, like hypothetically speaking, they never played in the Olympics, you could still build it up with international media or whatever.
Right.
And
yeah, there definitely is a bunch of them going on.
So I mean, like if you just get rid of like this World Championships or whatever, IIHF World Championships, if you just only have like the Olympics and only the World Cup of Hockey, and like let's say the World Cup of Hockey is for the NHL players and the Olympics is for the amateur players, at least in the NHL we'll say amateur.
Mm-hmm.
Like if those are your only two tournaments, you have one with the NHL players, one without NHL players. Both of them should get pretty decent amount of coverage and pretty big hype behind it. But
yeah.
With this one, like, does anybody even care? Like I'm sure the players care because they're playing it and they want to play for their country and stuff. But
right,
do you care as a fan?
I mean, I wouldn't say I care.
I mean, it's not like you don't care because
I don't
these
follow
players in America and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's like.
Right, but I don't follow it like I would, with the Olympics because it's not that big of a thing, like you said. Obviously, the Olympics.
You just read the results, like, oh, that's cool. I know that guy. I like that guy. He scored this, did that. Like Patrick Kane did this. I like Martinez did that.
Right. So
featuring campaigns on Sweden. That's cool.
Right, and Chris Kreider and Mika Zibanejad and Johnny Gaudreau and all these guys that whose teams that got eliminated from the playoffs or that didn't make the playoffs are participating in it, so they can continue to play hockey still, even though their regular season has ended.
Yeah, and it's not like Patrick Kane is like a veteran guy now, but it's all like these. I want to say like players like reaching their primes or like about to reach their primes. So it's like they're still building up their skill level and they're playing it to good talent. So it's good for them, but
right. And
I really don't give a shit about this.
No, and I mean like there was like different players too that even declined to go and play for the World Championship. Like Henrik Lundqvist being one of them didn't go and play for Sweden.
Yeah, because why would he? He's like, I only got so many good years left in me. I don't want to like waste it on this tournament.
As I was saying earlier, like many episodes ago, putting more miles on yourself, and
especially unnecessarily like this, where nobody really gives a shit.
Right, and the dude already has a gold medal because he won it with the Olympics in Sweden. But anyways, so the United States beat Canada in the bronze medal 4-1 in the bronze medal game 4-1. Sorry, Canada, no medal for you.
I'm sure they're so upset about it.
I'm sure.
That's all right. We got plenty of Olympic golds to wipe away those tears.
Yeah, they do. And then also, last but not least, you had the game for first and second place in the tournament, Sweden and Switzerland. Sweden ended up beating Switzerland in a shootout, 3-2.
And that's another weird thing too, like
shootouts in the tournament.
Yeah, because people are starting to complain at least about shootouts in the NHL regular season.
Yep.
Just imagine. I mean, I know like the Olympics goes to shootout and stuff, like the women's did, Team America. Fuck yeah.
Right.
But like people are already complaining that you shouldn't end a regular season game on a skill tournament thing or whatever, just one skater versus one goalie. So how do you end up like a gold medal game?
That's a whole nother story, right? That's like
yeah. I mean,
a gold medal game, exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, like for the Olympics, especially, like Olympics, just fucking keep playing 5-on-5 until somebody scores. Somebody's gonna score.
Seriously,
somebody's gonna get a power play. Somebody's gonna score.
Like I enjoy watching the shootouts. It's exciting, especially when you're there in person too. Because I saw one of them this year when I was down at the Rangers game, and it's exciting as all hell, and
once you get to overtime and you're there, you're like, oh, I hope I get to see a fucking shootout.
Right, but when it comes to tournament games, opposed to regular season
or playoffs,
games,
like the NHL playoffs, 5-on-5 till somebody scores. Like I went to game 2, Kings versus Knights.
Yeah.
And it was fucking double over. And every time, as soon as overtime started, every time anybody had the puck going into the zone, you're like, oh shit, this could be the game. Oh shit, this could be the game. And it goes over and over. And like somebody's going to score eventually. And if it ended in a shootout, you're like, oh, well, this game's going to be over in the next 5 minutes.
Right. The
So
roller
it's kinda
coaster of emotion.
Anticlimactic. Yeah. So, I mean, like imagine if like game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals went to a shootout. How upset would the world be?
Yeah.
Pretty upset. And now you think of like gold medals being handed out because of a shootout. And like, remember, what was it, 4 years ago now, I guess, when the U.S. was playing Russia and like round robins for Olympics, and TJ Oshie went like 8 times in a row. Like, oh, that's cool. Let's see TJ Oshie score again. Oh, that's cool. Let's see TJ Oshie score again. Oh, that's cool.
Tell you what,
Like,
he really put his name stamped. Like his name got stamped, and like everybody knew who he was after that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's like, come on.
It's crazy. But so anyways, let's get off this. But to end it, Sweden beat Switzerland for the gold medal, beat them 3-2 in a shootout. So that was it.
So Sweden gold, Switzerland bronze, Team America.
Yep.
I mean, I messed that up.
Team America.
Team Sweden gold, Switzerland silver, Team America bronze. There we go.
That's it. So
now let's talk about the big daddies.
You know what? Yes, let's talk about the big boys here. The
news heard around the world.
No, so we're gonna save the best for last. Let's just save the best for last. All right, let's get into that Tampa Washington series real quick.
You can't skip over this.
Yes. Well, I'm not skipping.
The Golden Knights made the Stanley Cup Finals.
We're gonna hit that. Don't worry.
The expansion Golden Knights, in their first year of existence, made the Stanley Cup Finals.
So you have the Tampa Washington series.
No, the expansion Golden Knights made the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. All right.
Do you understand what I just said?
Yes. All right. Lead us into it.
The fucking expansion, first year franchise, bunch of nobodies that nobody wanted on their team apparently, just beat every other team in the West, including Dunk's fucking Winnipeg Jets, and made the Stanley Cup Finals.
That didn't last long.
What?
The Winnipeg Jets.
It lasts longer than Kings.
Let's say none of those teams lasted long.
Yeah. Except for the Sharks.
Oh my god!
And the Sharks fucking lost 7-0 to them. Like, do you give the credit more to George McPhee, or do you give the credit like more to the coach?
I don't know, man. That's whew.
Like, because Winnipeg came out that first game, game 1. Let's just do a quick recap of the series. Winnipeg, game 1, came out, scored 3 times in the first 8 minutes. I mean, one of the calls was disputed because of kicking motion or goal interference, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, they allowed it, so they scored. It was 3-0, fucking 8 minutes into the game. Golden Knights came back. They scored 1. I think it was 3-1 final. And then the rest of the series, it didn't even look like Winnipeg was on the fucking same ice as them.
No,
like Golden Knights just like handled them. Handled them. Yeah. The rest of the series, next 4 games in Winnipeg, in Vegas, in Winnipeg again. Like, I don't like. It's got to be the coach, right? He had to make some adjustments from game 1. Saw what happened. He said, "All right, enough of this shit. Let's do this style now. Let's play like this." And whatever he said fucking works.
Yeah, that's just. I have no words for Vegas though. Like besides saying like how unbelievable the story is that they have written so far, and it's continued, and it's continuing
to be over
written.
Yet.
Yes,
it's got at least 4 games left.
Still
good
being
or bad.
written.
The Knights are you could either thank George McPhee, the GM, you could thank Gerard Gallant, the head coach, or for the playoffs, you could just thank your fucking goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury, who's playing out of his mind like he's never played before.
You know, he's the only one that's going to three-peat, right?
He could possibly three-peat. Three-peat is still alive.
Three-peat and have his name on a different team name and engraved on the Stanley Cup.
If Fleury wins the cup this year, they're going to retire. If the Golden Knights win the cup this year, they're going to retire Fleury's number.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
But does Pittsburgh retire his number? Like
Probably. I mean, he
is
won.
that coming to like being a debate?
He won what? 3 cups with them? 3 or 4?
He won 3, lost 1 to Detroit when them and Detroit
Yeah.
played back-to-back finals.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, Matt Murray really won the last one.
Oh yeah, Fleury. but Fleury's definitely left his mark on that organization for sure.
Yeah, it was him and Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
That was your 1-2 with Evgeny Malkin, of course, but like the main facets were Sidney Crosby and excuse me, I'm burpy. Marc-Andre Fleury, and now you see this year, Sidney Crosby, first year without Fleury, loses to Ovechkin. Fleury doesn't need Sidney Crosby. Just needs a bunch of third liners, and he's back in the finals where he's been the past 3 years.
Fleury's just been out of this world, man. He's on another level right now playing. It's
like, God, I've never. I want to say like Jonathan Quick in 2012 when the Kings won the Cup was playing like this well, but Fleury's out of his mind. Like how many shutouts he has. And
it's like not even that, but like his like one-timers across the crease, and he makes these saves.
Like he's expecting all these shots,
but like
he's right there waiting for him.
But like I'm watching the games, and like my jaw just dropped. I'm like, oh my god, how did he do that?
Yeah. You know, well, I mean, Winnipeg hit a bunch of posts in one of the games. I'm not sure which one it was. It might have been 2 or 3.
Yeah,
but they hit like 2 or 3 posts.
But still,
and you saw Fleury rub the post and kiss him and stuff.
Oh my god! See, like that's like the coolest thing about this guy is about Fleury is you see him having a good time. He's always smiling. Like when he made those saves, you like the one save he made, and then he had to scramble to get back into position. He dove across and everything. Right. You saw him literally jump up off the ice when the puck got out of the zone. He was like, "Woo!" You know, just like excited and just everything. Like you always see him smiling, dude. The dude's having such a good time, and why shouldn't he be? Obviously, because his team is like just kicking ass, you know?
Yeah, and everyone expected like, oh yeah, Pittsburgh's he's gonna waive his no trade clause from Pittsburgh to get picked up by the Golden Knights, and he's just gonna play the last couple of years away of his career and end up in Vegas and like retire his number in Pittsburgh or whatever and right into the sunset. But man, he is rejuvenated this year. He is the franchise right now.
He is.
Like he like the way he's playing right now, he's got 4 or 5 years left in him. Unless he has like a dramatic like downturn. And I remember like there was a quote after game 3, I think, Gerard Gallant. He said, I'm over here coaching my ass off, working hard, yelling, burning my lungs, and then just take a look to my right and see Fleury just laughing and smiling the whole time. He's like, God damn this guy. Like, I mean, there's nobody fucking like him right now. I'm just
no.
I don't even know, like, I can't even explain how fucking well he's playing.
That's what I'm saying is there's not even words to describe this team besides unbelievable.
It's like, yeah, that's so Fleury. Whatever.
Right?
That's so Fleury.
Right? Like, dude, but anyways, so real quick, I just want to touch on this too. So now, no matter who Vegas plays, whether it be Tampa or whether it be Washington, the Vegas Golden Knights in the regular season has swept
both of them.
Has swept both series. Yes, against the Tampa Bay Lightning and Washington Capitals. Both went 2-0 against both those teams in the regular season. So
the thing is, they scored a bunch of goals against them, like 3 or 4, I think, every game at least.
Yeah. There was I have the stats right here. Look at me prepared. I have it was December 19th when Vegas played Tampa and they beat them 4-3. That was a close game. It was it was January 18th when they played Tampa, and then they beat them 4-1. So they literally scored 8 goals in those 2 games, and then they played Washington on December 23rd, beat them 3-0, and then played Washington on February 4th and beat them 4-3. So another,
so 2 1-goal games, 1 for each team, 1 goal.
Yep.
And then the other game is a shutout and 1 goal allowed.
Yeah.
And the way Fleury's playing right now, you're thinking a lot more shutouts, a lot more 1 goals against.
Dude, it's
and if Vegas scores 4 3 goals every game, they're gonna win the series.
Yeah, dude.
Because Fleury's not gonna give up that many.
Fleury is not gonna give up that many. And like, how many of those games was Fleury not playing because he was injured?
The beginning of the year, I don't know. Well,
Like,
I don't
because
know.
like
Probably could've
Fleury,
looked it up, but-
because like Fleury didn't come back to what, January?
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't even matter if you're the Golden Knights and you score 4 goals
Well,
or
yeah.
3 goals. Right
Exactly.
now with Fleury, if you score
Fleury-
3 goals, you're
Fleury-
feeling confident about the game.
Exactly. Fleury ain't giving up that many.
Yeah, you say, hey, if we go in there and score 3 goals, we're gonna win. That's your mindset. And speaking of the guys scoring the goals, I got a little stat here. Somebody tweeted this out. They said, reminder: Golden Knights they were given a 2nd round pick to take Marc-Andre Fleury in the expansion draft.
Mm-hmm.
They were given Jonathan Marchessault to take Riley Smith in the expansion draft.
Yep.
That's 2 fucking key players right there.
Yep. I saw this tweet. Keep going.
They're given Alex Tuck to take Eric Holla. Tuck's playing out of his mind right now. He's scoring goals in the playoffs. Eric Holla's a pretty good 3rd line, 2nd line center right now for him, supporting role. They're given Shea Theodore to take Clayton Stoner. Clayton Stoner's nobody. He's never played for the Knights, but they just gave him Shea Theodore just so they could get rid of Clayton Stoner's contracts. And the Golden Knights said, yeah, we'll get that contract. We'll take your Shea Theodore, who's going to be a top defenseman for us for up so many years because he's still young. And really, it might have been his like first almost quasi full year of the NHL this year. And in the playoffs, he's playing out of his mind both ways, offensively and defensively. And then also, last but not least, they're given a 1st round pick, a 2nd round pick, and William Karlsson to take on David Clarkson's contract.
It's ridiculous.
And if you're the Golden Knights, I don't know where your season would be right now if you didn't have William Karlsson on your team.
Oh, totally. He's, well, not only him, but even Marchessault too.
Marchessault, Smith. Yeah, I mean, all those guys. But then there is a negative that they did give up next year's first, a 2nd round, a 3rd round eventually for Thomas Tatar, who he's played like 2 games this playoffs, but he did score a goal against Winnipeg in game 2.
But if Vegas wins the cup this year, they do not give a shit about that first or 2nd round.
If they win the cup this year, they say, yeah, fuck it, we don't care. We got the rest of our franchise history to win another cup.
Exactly.
We got to go all in for this year. It doesn't matter that fucking Thomas Tatar didn't do anything for us. Like, at least we took a chance and whatever. But you know, a guy that did work out for him at the trade deadline that nobody expected.
I know.
Looking at you, Ken from Sin Bin.
His last name starts with an R, right?
His first name and his last name starts with an R.
That's right. Ryan Reeves.
He's here to fuck up your night and score a game-winning goal.
Ken from Sin Bin Vegas, buddy. You said, you know, why would you put your good player, you know, or why would you put your worst player on the team in the lineup? Dude, they put him in that night when we released that episode with him, and the dude comes out scoring goals, laying people out legally.
Well, he only scored 1 goal. That was deflection.
And it was like, it's still a big goal.
That's the biggest goal in franchise history.
Exactly.
That guy's a fucking cult hero, and he's a free agent of the year. Right now, if you're Vegas, well, before the 1st and 2nd round against the Kings and Sharks, everyone wanted Ryan Reeves to play in Knights Nation land because they wanted him to go out there and just fuck everybody up and hit them. That's not the smart play against the Kings and the Sharks. That's the type of how the Kings and Sharks play.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Ryan Reeves cracks the lineup just due to injury to William Carrier, who's, I believe, still out with an injury. So I don't even know if Ryan Reeves would have played Game 5 against Winnipeg if William Carrier is available.
Right.
But Ryan Reeves has been in ever since Carrier went down and really hasn't given him any reason to take him out of the lineup now, especially now that he scored the game-winning goal.
Right.
And he's a fucking hero in Vegas.
The dude's playing his heart out right now.
Fucking Ryan Reeves. Like, it couldn't have happened.
Did anybody see that coming?
Anybody else?
Right. Did anybody see that coming? No.
And the best part is everyone when the Knights got him in the trade to take on Derek Brassard's contract or a portion of his contract, so Pittsburgh could get him, and to avoid Derek Brassard from actually going to Winnipeg, they said, "Yeah, we'll take Ryan Reeves." So it worked out twice for him because A, Derek Brassard's not on Winnipeg, and they didn't have to play against him in the playoffs. So that's automatically win.
Right?
That strategy worked out for George McPhee. Secondly, everyone's like, "Oh, Ryan Reeves, he's a great guy for the playoffs. We're going to need his big body and stuff." Well, you didn't need him for the first 2 rounds, but once that injury happened, he stepped in, and guess who they needed in Game 5 to score a goal? Fucking Ryan Reeves. God damn.
Just these Golden Knights, man. Just like
They're-
we've already said, there's no word to describe them.
It's like they're definitely magical.
It is.
Like, they got some intangibles. Like you can't even put your finger on it. They just got something. It's like that it factor that you look for in like a person or like a superstar player or anything. It's like they got that it factor right now, and whatever that is, whether it be just Marc-Andre Fleury or the swagger or the relaxed attitude, because nobody expects them to make the playoffs.
No.
Nobody expects them to win their division. Definitely nobody expected them to go to the Stanley Cup final.
Yep.
So I mean, right now they're playing with house money. They're like, yeah, we don't care. We're not supposed to be here anyways. Let's just go out there and play fucking hockey. And that's what they're doing, and they're playing it way better than everybody else is right now.
It is. And it's exciting to watch. It is so exciting to watch.
God damn, and they've fucking taken over the city. The whole newspaper, every time you flip through the paper, new article on the Knights, new article on the Knights, this article on the Knights, this article on the Knights. Every fucking where you go, decals, stickers, license plates, everything is Golden Knights. You get the hats everywhere, jerseys, the fucking Statue of Liberty at the New York casinos wearing a fucking giant Golden Knights jersey sponsored by Budweiser.
Nice.
And fucking the Caesar's Palace statues are holding Golden Knights flags and sticks, and they have taken over the city only because they're winning, but still, like their magical run has transformed the city and brought everybody together, and now
Right.
they're trying to turn Vegas to a hockey town.
Right, and that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. The way the city has responded over there and everything you just mentioned is just so cool. That, you know, in their first year too, and just imagine what it's gonna be like over there if they win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have the parade on the Strip. They're gonna shut down the Strip.
They're gonna have the parade on the Vegas Strip.
I mean,
That's, like,
everybody,
insane.
not even just hockey fans, everybody remotely interested is going to watch that parade going down the Vegas Strip. Like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Like, they shut down the Strip a couple times a year. They do it once for New Year's Eve, obviously, because they don't want anybody driving around the Strip during that time. They do it for some marathons and like for other random stuff throughout the year. But I mean, it's a pretty big deal to shut down the Strip and take up. They'll probably take it from downtown Las Vegas, which is a couple miles away from the Strip. They might start downtown where like the big sponsors are and the watch parties are for the playoffs right now. Start there. They're going to go all the way down the Strip past T-Mobile Arena, and they're going to end their parade at the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign with the Stanley Cup.
Right?
Like, how weird of a sight is that going to be?
Welcome to Las Vegas, home of the 2018 Stanley Cup.
Home of the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. Like, if you said that 3 years ago, you said, hey, Las Vegas is going to win the Stanley Cup in 3 years. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, first of all, if they even get a team, who's going to show up? What kind of team are they going to get? And nobody's going to care. Oh, how wrong everybody was.
Right? Yeah, it's exciting. It is.
God, they've taken over the hockey world.
Right, and like it's very exciting as a hockey fan to see that. You know?
Yeah, you got new eyeballs, fresh eyeballs on the sport now, and
right. But not only that too, but just like I was saying, like obviously me being like a Rangers fan and seeing the Golden Knights go through this and keep writing the story that's just incredible.
It's fucking fairy tale.
It is. It is.
If they made this into a movie, it wouldn't be believable. It'd be in the fiction section. You're like, yeah, right.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not happening. Sorry, Mighty Ducks.
But speaking of rights, let's move on to Tampa. Tampa coming back from a 0-2 deficit against the Washington Capitals. Made it a game. Not only 0-2 to 2-2, but they made it 3-2. They currently took the lead over. Washington has not won a game in the past 3 games. Now, one home team has to lose, all right? Every away team has won the series.
One home team has to lose?
One home team has to lose, yes. And it's going to happen.
Every home team's lost.
I know.
Except for Tampa.
I mean,
so what do you mean
one home team has to win. That's
Tampa
that's what I meant the whole time.
Tampa won at home.
Yes. So
okay. So what the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying something like that. I'm saying Washington won in Tampa. Tampa won in Washington.
And then Tampa won in Tampa.
And then Tampa won in Tampa, right?
So now Washington's going to win in Washington?
Maybe.
Oh, hey, by the way, how did our predictions go from last week when we said, oh, fucking Washington's going to steamroll these guys?
Tampa.
Wake up call, Tampa.
That's exactly what Tampa has gotten.
Steven Stamkos said,
was a wake-up call.
What?
Stammer,
Zalewski said,
Stammer, we
what?
know, Stammer, we know you listen to the podcast, buddy. Okay, just
we gave him some bulletin board materials. What happened?
Yeah,
They said, "What? Everyone's counting us out. All right, let's go fucking blow them out in Washington. Then let's come home and blow them out again."
So Game 6 is happening this evening as we record. This Monday night, the night before the podcast is released. So
next week, we're
literally,
gonna have the finals.
this game could be ending tonight as we speak. This series could be over tonight. But we shall see, and we will not talk about it until
Tampa's getting home ice in the Stanley Cup Finals. First, let's talk about the scenario number one. Tampa wins Game 6, and it's Tampa versus Vegas.
Sure.
You got the fucking beach in Tampa versus the desert in Vegas, and that's your Stanley Cup Finals. Like, how pissed off? Well, I mean, the NHL probably loves it that Vegas made it because it's such a fairy tale. But
right.
I mean, if you're the NHL, you got to be rooting for fucking Ovechkin. You're like, come on, Ovechkin, make it to the finals, baby. Get us those ratings.
All right. No, well, I think Vegas is definitely going to bring them ratings no matter what, because there's so many people that just love talking about it. Just even people I talk to when I'm out there delivering, who I know that like likes hockey, or I see him wearing like a hockey shirt, and I'm like, yeah, well, hockey, and then we start talking hockey for a few minutes. They always say, oh, how about those Vegas Golden Knights? I'm like, dude. Yeah.
How about those Knights?
How about those, and so, I mean, I'm sure their ratings are fine.
The whole sports world is talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous.
Dude, and just, it's so much fun to watch. I love this time of year.
Yeah.
Love this time of year.
So let's go to scenario number 2 then. Washington comes back, beats Tampa. Vegas has home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup Finals if they play Washington.
Yep.
And then you got Ovechkin going for his first cup, or you got Vegas winning their first cup in the first year
to win their first
history.
cup ever. Yeah.
So either way, something's going to happen.
Something will.
And fucking just imagine Vegas has home ice advantage during the Stanley Cup Finals. How nuts would that game 1 be?
All right.
Oh,
Place
my
will be
God.
hopping.
How many fucking celebrities are going out to that game?
Yeah, exactly.
Just to say they're there. Right? Oh, that's fucking nuts.
It's a good time. It's a good time to talk about. It's a good time to think about. It's.
Yeah, and then if you're if you're every other NHL team, especially in the West, or not named Tampa or Washington right now as we speak, and Vegas wins the cup, how fucking pissed off are you that this expansion team won the cup and you haven't won the cup? Like, your fan base has to be pissed off. Like, every hater out there is like, what the fuck? Fuck Vegas, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, you got to say, all right, we got to do whatever Vegas is doing. Let's see their roster. Let's do what they're doing.
Right, like,
we don't need these goons. We don't need these enforcers. I mean, we can have one a la Ryan Reeves, but you got to match them with fucking stack your team with third liners.
Right, so, like, there's people out there literally, I'm sure, like, my team's been a team for 85 years now, and
let's say
team comes in first
Buffalo,
year.
the first team ever to finish 31st in the NHL. Congratulations, Buffalo.
Bum, bum, bum.
Or Arizona or somebody like that. That's just fucking been horrible.
But so, anyways, dude, this Tampa Washington series. Tampa showing signs of life. Washington not. As of right now,
maybe now it's Washington's wake up call now that Tampa came back, and they're like, guys, if we lose, our season's over. Let's fucking go out there and play the way we did on games 1 and 2 and mop the floor with them.
Yeah.
Especially if Washington's at home for game 6.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
they have to win. They have to. Yeah. No matter what, obviously. But
if they only win by 1 or something, Tampa's going to win in game 7. But Washington's got to go out there and fucking assert dominance. Say, we are fucking the Capitals, and we're going to play like we did in games 1 and 2. We beat you guys in Tampa already. It's fucking our turn to go to the cup. that's got to be your mindset if you're watching. Like, let's fucking blow these guys out. Let's shut them down. Let's skate faster than them. Let's shoot harder. Let's fucking body check the shit out of them.
Ovi has to carry his team. Ovi has to lead this team. He has to.
Yeah.
He has to come out there. He has to come out there and set an example, set the tone, lay people out with that muscular body of his. Right, exactly. He has to do that.
Yeah. He's going to say, guys, look how bad I wanted this. Fucking, if you're not going to win it for you, win it for me.
Right.
Like, I don't know how many more years I have left in me. I can score goals, but it's all the other stuff. It's the forward checking. It's the back checking. It's getting hit. It's receiving hits. It's giving hits. It's all the other stuff. He's going to have his shot for like 20 years. He can always score goals, but it's getting to the goal scoring position. So he's like, follow my lead. I'm going to go out there, do as I do. Let's fucking win.
Yep. It'll be a fun one to watch tonight. That's for sure.
And if you're Tampa, you say, well, we fucking beat them on the road twice already. They haven't won at home yet. Let's fucking go do it again.
So do it again.
Keep on keeping on, Tampa.
Exactly. So
either way,
it'll be fun to watch.
Either way, next week the Stanley Cup finals are gonna be fucking fun.
Yeah, we will have the finals probably maybe even underway, depending on how soon they start.
I think I heard they're gonna start on Monday, so we'll probably just do a preview of it. But
yeah, well, that's good enough for me. And
I mean, if they start on Monday, that'd be a week and a day off for Vegas. That's a long time off between games, and it'll be almost a week off if Tampa wins tonight. It'd be a week off for them too. So that's a lot of rest in between. That's a lot of preparation. I think that favors the Golden Knights because, like I said, that coaching staff. I don't know if they're looking at tapes or what, but you give them time to make adjustments. They make adjustments,
and they do it right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's was there anything else that we wanted to talk about?
Fucking Vegas Golden Knights. God damn.
Oh, there was actually one thing I wanted to bring up to you, and I saved it for this, and I never mentioned it.
Is it Ryan Reeves versus the world?
No,
I got a new shirt released on VGK Mafia. Check me out at vgkmafia.redbubble.com. Get your Ryan Reeves versus the world t-shirt. Available now.
Nice plug.
Hashtag join the mob.
No, it was about Voinov.
Slava Voinov? Is there news on him?
Yeah, did you hear about how the Kings are back in the fold?
The Kings want it? Well, I fucking hope so. I have a Slava Voinov jersey. That'd be good for me. But last I heard that they weren't really interested in bringing him back. I don't know if it's.
I just read it yesterday saying that the Kings are back in the fold with. Talks of Slava Voinov.
I mean, it's Rob Blake is the GM now. Dean Lombardi was the GM when all that whole Slava Voinov situation. Dean Lombardi is the one that signed him to the contract extension before all that stuff happened with him. So now it's Rob Blake. He was there last year. This will be his second year. Different coach. So if they want him, then I'm sure they could get him. I'm sure he likes playing for. Me personally, I would take him back on the Kings just because I like the way he plays. I think he's a good player. He's a right-handed shot. He's a top 4 defenseman. Yeah, and I think having that time off and playing in Russia probably helped his game even more.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, he's a nice 2-way behind Drew Doughty. So
there you go.
I'll take that any day of the week.
There you go.
Plus, I still love Phaneuf too. I love the whole Kings team.
Yeah, we know. Everybody knows.
So let's hypothetically speaking, and if Voinov comes back to the Kings, you got Derek Forbert, you got Drew Doughty, you got Alec Martinez, you got Dion Phaneuf, you got Slava Voinov, and then you got Kevin Gravel, Paul Ledoux. I don't know, somebody to match up on a third D pairing. That's a pretty solid defense. So, I would take Slava Voinov back. I don't know. I can't assume he's going to want a lot of money. I'm sure he just wants like a short-term deal too, but I don't know if he'll be accepted back in LA because of the domestic violence stuff.
His legal stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but like my personal opinion, I'm just going to say I have no idea what happened that night, what happened between him and his wife. But I personally believe that it all just got blown out of proportion because he speaks Russian and his wife speaks Russian. So there's like no translation. There's like lost in communication, like talking to like the hospital and the cops and everything. So
trying to talk.
And the timing, it was right after that Ray Rice video happened where the NFL said didn't suspend him, and then the video came out, and then they like threw him out of the league, and so everyone's like had the backlash and like, oh, domestic violence. If anybody hits anybody, throw them out of the country. But that's just my opinion.
All right.
But I thought you said Voynov and Kovalchuk were going to the Rangers.
I never said Voynov was.
Well, he's talking. Well, the Rangers are interested, aren't they?
I said the Rangers were one of the teams that were interested.
Yeah,
But Kovalchuk's definitely coming to the Rangers.
It's done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, a little wink and nod.
Yeah. And John Tavares, too. Just wait. You'll see.
Oh, my God.
You'll see.
I don't know about that.
Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Around the Boards. I can't wait to talk Stanley Cup Finals with you guys next week and with Rob. And probably not Dunk. So
Maybe.
We'll see.
Do you guys miss him? Let us know. Hit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
@
PayPal.
ATB Podcast. What?
PayPal.
Yeah, shoot $1 at my face.
What?
What? All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you next Tuesday.